account through the online, right? So you yes, got it. So you might have taken these all things, right? Like policy and account number, all those things. So that is basically that is to the application based on the application, and we enter the data and whatever the data we entered in application that going to the database. Okay, so whatever you enter data into the application, that is going to be the database. Okay, so in case of any organization, they want to do some analysis on their business. Okay, and they want to do like suppose nowadays you might have seen like in some part of some villages. Right, previously when I'm in a childhood, right, I didn't see the banks in the villages. Okay, now there are some branches are going to be for the SBI or other banks, right? They are going to maintain the branches in the villages now because they have analyzed the data and they have analyzed the transaction from that particular village from the account, and the transaction what is happened and what is the revenue is generating there. They analyze and they are going to like build their branches there. Okay, like we today, like for every month, 18 crores of transactions are going from this village. So I need a branch. I would need to give a facility to the customer. Something like that, they took the decision. Okay, so these type of decisions will be made by that analysis on the data. Okay, what type of data? So this data will be entered into the application level of how many customers are entered into the from the particular village that is going to be loaded to the target, or that is going to be loaded into the source, or that is database. Okay, from this database, we took the data, okay? We took the data into the staging area and ETL process, okay? And from the staging area, we loaded data into the database. Okay, this is called as a ETL process, extract, transform, and load. Okay, this is what we do in a data warehouse or ETL process. Okay, from this here, they do the analysis by using the BA reporting tool. We use a reporting tools here. Okay, so because like once data is, these are the all the databases. Okay, just like the SQL queries, select queries, and create, alter those queries. Okay, so those queries customer cannot be like as a customer, you don't write a queries right in a database level. So you need it into the user friendly. That is like a statement. If you see in the bank statement, that is a user friendly. It has a logo and the call, credit, debit, all those columns, and finally you get some balance amount. So by looking at the statement, right, you will clearly understand. For that type of reports, we use the BA reporting tools. Okay, so those tools will generate us the statements or reports for the analysis, for the whatever you do for the next decision making or something like that. Okay, for this we do the ETL. Okay, for this we do the ETL, and by using the ETL we develop a data warehouse. Clear? Okay, and from once data is loaded, here we use the BI tools. BI tools are something like that. These are what can I say, like Cognos. There are like around like we can see 150 BI tools. Okay, 150 around more than that 150 BI tools we have. Okay, so from these tools, right? So we are going to generate the reports. But as part of our classes, we are going to learn about the IBM Cognos tool. IBM Cognos is the tool. We are going to learn this tool. Okay. And this is as known as said, like this is the ETL part. Okay. And ETL part, for this ETL part, right? So this font is very become very low. I just want to make it high. Okay, so ETL part. So here, like for the ETL testing, we are going to do. So we have to make sure whatever the data is flown from application to the source and source to staging and staging to data, whether it is as per the business requirement or not. Okay. For this ETL process, here also we have a lot of tools, but here we are going to learn about the Informatica Power Center. Okay, and also if you observe, like we are dealing with the databases, right? It's very important to know about the SQL. So we are going to learn the SQL part, structured query language it is known as. Okay, and also like here we are going to learn about the uh first thing, like whatever like we are loading data into the particular database, whatever it is concept called as data warehouse. So we should know something about the data warehouse. So what are the schemas, what are the tables will be available, why, how the data warehouse is going to be built. So everything will be going to be discussed here. Okay. And also as a tester, you should know some testing concept. So we are going to discuss about the manual testing concepts. Okay. And also ETL testing. So ETL testing, test case writing and test scenario writing, test cases writing also we are going to see. Like in a real time, if how we are going to write test cases and test scenarios, those also we are going to see. Okay. And also like some part like this source rights from the application to the DB, some part here we should have some files also, some cases. Okay, the source can be a file. Okay, in that case, these files can be located into some Unix environment. Okay, in that case, we are going to see, we have to log into the Unix and we have to see the file and open the file and we have to read the file. We have to do some changes to the file, data changes to the file. For that, we need to know the Unix also. So we are going to learn some Unix commands, basic Unix commands. And also we are looking into the project. Okay, real-time projects, those are the real-time projects. So like we are going to look at the architecture. So in case of you are going for an interview, as you put some experience in a resume and you go for the interview, right? So they will ask you the architecture of the project. So you can explain by whatever I explain you in these classes. Okay, so that will be sufficient. And whatever you explain in the project level, right? You should be more confident while explaining it because so no one knows right what is happening in your project, right? What is happening in your company. So just focus on that. So just be confident on what you are telling in the interview. So that will be fine. And apart from this, so like detailed testing concepts, also we are going to see testing tools like how we have to we are going to see like we are going to have a application lifecycle management in the testing environment. Okay, and that is also fine even in the informatica power set and cognos, right? So I'm going to teach you on a development level. Okay, so if you have a structural project, so how you used to develop first, then after that how you are going to test it. Okay, though in that level of training we are going to do. Okay, so these are the things we are going to learn in our class. Okay, once you done, right? So as I explained in previous class, right? So we can work as a manual tester and you can apply for the role if you look into this thing, right? This is the database testing. We can apply for the role of database testing also. Okay, so it's not. Sorry. Yeah, you can apply as a database testing tester and also ETL tester as well as the BA reporting tester. In some cases, we can have a like if you want to check on the application level manual testing also you can do. Okay, this is what like the roles we can perform after this training. Okay, in if you can explain these roles, okay, you can apply for these roles in once you're done with this course. Okay, and also like if anyone asks you, right? So very like BA testing role. So what you did, so some projects, right? So we will do from end-to-end level validation from application to the reporting. In some project we will have only ETL testing projects. In some projects we have only BA report testing projects. So based on the project data and the like there is a cost, right? Cost will be also crucial role in the project's maintenance. Okay, so if they want to do with the only one resource, so they will maintain for the entire thing for only one resource. If they have enough money, right? So they will with the different people with the different domains like BI testing and ETL testing, something like that. Okay, got it. So any questions, Kumar here? Kumar, you got right?
No.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So now In yesterday's class, right, we have discussed about the data warehouse OLTP and OLAP and data warehouse and data marts. Okay, here whatever you did in application, okay, whatever you did, whether it is you created a policy, whether you created a bank account, that is going to be like suppose you created a first policy here that is going to be as inserted. Okay, that is called as one operation. It is called insert. Okay, and then later like you did some payment, right? It is called as update. Okay, and then later like you don't want to maintain that policy in this application or this organization, it's going to be delete. So generally from application to this relational database, okay, from application to this relation database, it's always happens insert update delete operations only. Okay, this is also known as transaction oriented application, transaction oriented database. Okay, this is like OLTP. It is also known as OLTP, online transactional processing. Okay, every day-to-day transaction will be happening from the application to the database. So always it has happens like insert, update, delete. Okay, and this data warehouse is known as a OLAP. It's online analytical processing. So because this data warehouse is developed based for the only selecting a data and to analyze the data in the database. Okay, data warehouse, sorry, data warehouse. So that is why it is called as a OLAP is a analytical processing. Okay, and just remember as of now, this OLTP is normalized. Okay, OLTP is normalized and OLAP is denormalized. Why? What is this normalization? What is this? Why? What is this denormalization? We'll discuss later. Okay, we will discuss in a separate class. Just remember this OLTP is normalized and OLAP is denormalized. Okay, fine. And why it is denormalized? Because to improve the performance of insert update delete operations and OLAP. So it is denormalized because it is improve the performance of select operation. That is fine. Okay. And coming to the data marts, data warehouse and data warehouse, data marts. Okay, data marts, if you see, we have two types of data marts. Okay, and one is a dependent data mart. We can say like dependent data mart, and one is independent data mart. So generally, data marts is something like that. Say, this is a data warehouse. Here, like if you see in an organization, here we have a like employees data and also sales like policy creations, how many policies are there or something like that. Product information, something like the product is something like that. So how what are the schemas are available in the policy? Different schemas are vehicle insurance and like other insurances products, right? G1, Jyoti or something like there will be different insurance will be available in LIC, right? So those are called as products. Okay. And also like we can see like branches or something like that regarding the uh, organizations. Okay. How many branches are there? Something. So these are all the different business areas. Okay. These all business areas data will be loaded into the database. Okay. So in case if you want to analyze your employees details, so how many salaries I'm paying to the employees, so how many recruitment going to be happening in the next few years, okay, and what are the employees going to be reduced or recruiting? We are going to add more employees on the particular thing, particular sale or particular thing. So if you want to analyze, so you have to analyze on the employees data, irrespective of sale, product, branches, right? So in that case, we need only employees data. So we don't need to other business areas data. In that case, what we do, we load only the employees data into the separate data warehouse. That is known as data mart. Okay. So data marts are something like that, which has a specific to a business area. The data which has a business area. Okay. Data marts will have only specific to the business areas. Okay. So this business only data marts will contain. So based on the data load into the data mart, it depends on the dependent and independent. This is also known as dependent is known as top-down approach. Top-down approach, and this is also known as a bottom-up approach. Okay, top-down approach and bottom-up approach. So why it is a top-down approach and why it is the bottom-up approach? That means so just now. So as we know, right, we load the data from the application to source application to the database and database to the staging area and staging area to the data warehouse, right? Here, once data is loaded from the application to the source to the staging and staging to the data warehouse, right? So data warehouse. From here, we will divide this data into the different data marts. We load the data into the different data marts. These are known as a dependent data marts. This is also known as a bottom-up approach. Sorry, top-down approach. Okay, that means the business, all the business areas will be available in the data warehouse, and here we have a data mass. Different business areas data will be available in the data mass. So why? Because it is independent means it should be the data warehouse should be load first. Then after that only we can we can load the data into the data mass. That it is depending on the data warehouse, right? That is called it is dependent data mart, and independent data mart is something like that. So first thing is we load the data into the we load the data into the I just go where is it? We load that data into from staging area to the data warehouse. Okay, sorry, data marts. Then after that, we combine this data into the data marts. So data warehouse. From first we from the staging area, as we load the data into the data marts. Okay, first data marts going to be created. Then after that, from data marts to we load the data into the data warehouse. This is how it is happening in the independent data mart or a bottom-up approach. Clear? Okay. So this is what we discussed till yesterday, and today we are going to discuss about the we have a different like in a data warehouse, right? We have a two types of tables. Always we have a two types of tables. One is fact table and one is dimension table. Okay. So fact tables is something like that which contains the facts, measures, and also facts and keys. Okay. What are those keys? We'll see. Facts is nothing but that which is cannot be changed over a period. Okay. Even like invoice number. Once the invoice number is generated, it's not going to be changed. Okay. Anytime it's not going to be changed. That is called as fact. Measures is something like the price, amount, okay, total units. This is going to be a measure, okay. And keys is something like that. The keys will fact will get from the dimension tables. Dimension table is something like that, which is have a descriptive data. Descriptive data of a anything. Descriptive data of an employee. Okay. As I said yesterday, we have employee table and it is employee ID, employee name, and some salary or something like that. Okay. And some high data. Okay. Whatever. Okay. This employee ID, okay, is fine. Like it is has some number or something like that. Whatever this employee ID, by using employee ID, if you go with the employee ID 101, it tells about his name, his salary, his high date, his address, his phone number. The all the descriptive data of this employee will be produced, right? These type of descriptive data will be available in the dimension tables. Got it? And also, again, apart from this descriptive data and ID, we will have one more thing also that is called key here. Key will be generated. For every record in a data warehouse, one key will be generated, that will be a sequence number. Always it will be a sequence number for each record. Okay, based on these keys, we will make a relation between the fact and dimension tables. Okay, so based on this case, we'll maintain the relation between this fact and dimension tables. Okay, so that's why these keys will be available in the fact, which are generated, which are loaded in the dimension table, that will be loaded into the after dimension table load, right? The fact table will be loaded with the keys. Okay, in every data warehouse, first data load will be happening to the data dimension tables, then only the fact tables load, data load will be happening. Okay, any questions here? Fine. I will take it as no. I will move to the next. Okay.
One second, please.
Yeah. Deep.
Uh, could you explain fact table again, please?
Fact
Fact
table.
table.
Okay, fine. So fact table is something like that, which I said like it has a keys. Okay. Suppose as I said, like it contains the keys like we have a dimension tables will always denote with a dim. Okay. Dim employee is one dimension table. And we'll have a one more dimension table. It is called as a dim customer. And this customer table has data like customer key and customer name. Okay. And also I do have one more table, dim account. Okay. Dim account. This as a data, like it has a account key and account name, account number and name. Okay. Now these all keys will be available in a factory. So employee key will be there, and customer key will be there. Okay. And also account key will be here. Okay. And also we have some amount like price or something like that. Amount data we can say. Amount and total units or something like that. The other data will be there. Okay. So if you want to analyze an employee, okay, we have one customer, he has an account. This account made by some employee. Okay. So you want to get a data of the like customer related number of accounts and by the which employee it is created. If you want to analyze. So in that case, you have to look into this all the tables, right? You have to look into this all table. I want to know the customer and what is his employee, what is the account is the account number, and this account number who is created, who is employee, which employee created. So I want to look into this all tables, right? So if you want to look into this all tables, here we will have a fact table utilization. Okay, this fact table is going to be connect this all the tables, and we can do some analysis. That is the use of that one. Suppose this is 101, this is 201 customer, and account is something like that is 301. Okay, we have a employee key is 101, and customer key is 201, and account key is 301. By looking at the data, see account number, employee key is 101, employee key is 101, and employee details we know. Okay, and then it is going to be look into the which customer took this by like, this employee 201. Then we go with the customer details, customer name, phone number, all those things. And then this customer, which account he took, like 301, 301. Then he go and look into the all the details of the account number. So that is how the fact tables is going to be as a base table for this combine this all dimension tables. ఓకే సింపుల్ ఈ ఫ్యాక్ట్ టేబుల్స్ ఏంటంటే అన్ని డైమెన్షన్ టేబుల్స్ కంబైన్ చేసి మనకు ఒక అనలైజ్ చేయడానికి ఒక డేటా ఇవ్వడానికి ఫ్యాక్ట్ టేబుల్స్ యూజ్ అవుతాయి ఓకే అండ్ మోస్ట్ ఏంటి అంటే ఇందులో మనకు అమౌంట్స్ అండ్ ప్రీమియమ్స్ అన్ని మెయింటైన్ చేస్తాం కాబట్టి ఈవెన్ ఈ అకౌంట్ లో బ్యాలెన్స్ ఎంత ఉందని చూసుకోవడానికి మనకు ఈ ఫ్యాక్ట్ టేబుల్స్ కూడా యూజ్ అవుతాయి. గాట్ ఇట్?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Good. Thank you.
Okay. So now we'll see the different type of fact tables, facts and dimension tables. Okay. So now we'll look into in today's class, we are going to see about the fact tables. Okay. Different type of, we have a three types of facts available. Okay. One is additive fact. Okay. Second one is semi-additive fact. And third one is non-additive. Okay, non-additive fact. Additive, semi-additive, or non-additive. So remember, these are the facts only, not fact table. These are the facts, not fact table. Okay. So what is this additive and semi-additive and non-additive? We'll see. Suppose I will take one example of the table that is has like we'll go with the table that is a product and sale table. Okay. Here we have a one fact table, fact, product, and sale table. Okay. Fact table will start with the fact only, and dimension table will start with the dim only. Okay. And it is a product key, and it has like a sales key and transaction date key. Okay. Transaction date key. And we have a there one more thing. What is that? Space for transaction date key and revenue. Okay. Revenue. We have these columns in a table. Okay. So from this table, if you want to analyze, okay, suppose something like that, say product to wise sale. Okay. Suppose I have something like the 101 is a product and sales is a 201 and the transaction date key is something like that 11/03/2024. Revenue is something like the 100. And this product and also 102 we have a product and it has some sales like 301 and it has happened the 11/03 and 2024. Okay, and it has some 200. Okay, and same 101 product I have like an the sale is like 401. Okay, and it has happened in the 0/03 and 2024. And there is a 300. Okay. From this data, if you want to know on a particular product, what is the revenue generated? So what we'll do, you will get the product key and as well as total amount, right? Total amount. So product key is something like that. We can say after this, right? So we can say it is a 101 and the total amount is something like that. We are going to sum of this revenue. Okay. 100 and 300. That means 400 is the total amount. Like this, and if you want to derive something, you are summing up the values of a table once column, right? That is known as a additive fact. Okay. If you want to sum up, if you want to derive something, okay. Sorry. Example for the additive fact. ఓకే ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు డెరైవ్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ ఒక ప్రోడక్ట్ అనేది టోటల్ రెవెన్యూ ఎంత వచ్చింది లేకపోతే ఈ ప్రోడక్ట్ ఒక పర్టికులర్ సేల్ లో ఒక పర్టికులర్ డేట్ లో టోటల్ రెవెన్యూ ఎంత వచ్చింది ఓకే 101 అనే ప్రోడక్ట్ కి ఒక 201 అనే సేల్ లో 11th డే రోజు 100 రూపీస్ సేల్ అయ్యింది ఓకే సేమ్ థింగ్ ఆన్ పర్టికులర్ ప్రోడక్ట్ ఒక రోజు 11th డే రోజు ఈ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ మొత్తానికి ఎంత సేల్ అయింది సో యూఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు సమ్ అప్ విత్ టూ డేటా ఓకే సో దిస్ ఇస్ హౌ లైక్ We are going to sum of the values. We are going to sum of the values to derive something that is known as a additive fact. Okay, we are summing up the values to derive something that is known as a additive fact. Okay, this is the example of the additive fact. Okay, when it comes to semi-additive, right? Semi-additive. Semi-additive is something like that. I will take one more example. We have a table called as account. Okay, this account has a columns like account key. Okay, and account ID and what is like customer name or something like that. And we have a current balance. Okay, and this is like a profit margin. Okay, here if you want to know, uh, okay, this is ID. If you want to know, we have like a customer name, right? Instead of name, I'm going to have a date. Okay, transaction date. Okay, transaction date. Okay, on a particular day, on a particular account, if you want to know the balance of the particular account, right, you have to use only these columns. Some of the columns we are going to use. Okay, not all the columns of the table. So that is why this is called as a semi-additive. If you want to derive something from the any table, if you are using some of the columns, not profit margin. We are not using the profit margin here. Profit margin is related to the bank. Okay. So bank branch or something like that. Okay. It is not related to the particular account or particular customer. Okay. That is how like if you are using the sum of the columns in a table to derive something. Okay. That is called semi-additive. Okay. And same case, non-additive is something like that. See, in a top example, right? In this example, so if you see profit margin by using single column, we can derive something like what is the bank profit margin, whether it is in loss, whether it is in profit or something like that, right? So this is called as a non-additive. Okay, to derive something from the table and you are using only one column, that is called as a non-additive. So this is the useful of this non-additive, semi-additive, additive. Okay. Any questions here in additive, semi-additive, and non-additive? Any questions is fine. ఓకే సింపుల్ ఏం లేదు ఒక అకౌంట్ నుంచి కొన్ని ఒక డెరైవ్ ఒక అకౌంట్ యొక్క కరెంట్ బ్యాలెన్స్ చూడాలనుకున్నాను యూజ్ ఓన్లీ దిస్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ డేట్ కరెంట్ బ్యాలెన్స్ అండ్ అకౌంట్ ఐడి అండ్ అకౌంట్ ప్రాఫిట్ మార్జిన్ మనకు అవసరం లేదు బికాస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ లైక్ ఇట్స్ బ్యాంక్ ప్రాఫిట్ మార్జిన్ రైట్ సో మన బ్యాంక్స్ సంబంధం ఏముంది ఇప్పుడు మీ అకౌంట్ బ్యాలెన్స్ తెలుసుకోవాలంటే యూ డోంట్ రిక్వైర్ ద బ్యాంక్ ప్రాఫిట్ మార్జిన్ యూ ఓన్లీ నీడ్ దీస్ కాలమ్స్ రైట్ where it comes to bank wants to know the profit margin of their banks so that at the same time they don't need this account individual accounts అవసరం లేదు టోటల్ బ్యాలెన్స్ టోటల్ అవన్నీ చూసుకుంటారు వాళ్ళు సో ఇండివిజువల్ డేటా అయితే అవసరం లేదు సో they use only profit margin. This is already generated. Default, it is coming, right? So that is why it is a non-additive. Okay. So based on this additive, semi-additive, non-additive, right? The fact tables are divided into two types. Till now, we spoke about the only facts. Okay, not fact tables. Now, based on these facts, the fact tables are divided into two types. Okay, one is cumulative fact table. Okay, and the second one is Snapchat fact table. Okay, cumulative fact table and Snapchat fact table. For the cumulative fact table, the example is additive fact. Okay, For the cumulative fact table, the example is additive fact. And the Snapchat fact table, the example is semi-additive or non-additive. Okay. Then what is cumulative fact table and what is Snapchat? Cumulative fact table generally tells us what has happened over a period of time. Okay. If you go and look into this product, if you go and look into this example, okay. So this example says on a particular day, on a particular product, how much amount generated, how much revenue generated. Okay. That is how like in a particular period, like it sells like what has happened on a particular product. Right. This is the example of the cumulative fact table. Okay. It tells us like what is the what is happened in a over a period of time in the in 2024 or in 2023, what has happened over a particular branch or something like that. Okay, if you want to know that. So that is also a cumulative fact table. Okay, it tells that. And Snapchat fact table is something like that. It tells us what is the state of a thing in a instant of time. That means if you see example, as I said, like non-additive and semi-additive, right? If you see by looking at the profit margin, you can say that it's something like now this bank is in a loss or this bank is in a profit. So every March, right? Every organization they are going to give us the like this thing like what is the current state of this organization, something like it is in a profit and it is in a loss and we have something billions in a profit, we have billions of in a loss, something like that they will provide, right? Every March is an economical month, right? So so that is how the state of a thing, like if you say it is a profit, it is say it's a loss, it is a state of thing. Okay. If this what has happened in over a period of time, so because of this we are in loss, because of this we are in profit. That is called as a cumulative fact table. Okay. So these are the two main fact tables which are available in the fact table side. Okay. So cumulative fact table and Snapchat fact table. So cumulative fact table is the example for the additive fact, and the Snapchat fact table is for semi-additive and non-additive. Okay. Any questions here? Any questions is fine. And moreover, like see, as I said, like see here, the keys are right. These keys are something you are able to you are seeing in the fact table, right? These are known as a surrogate keys. Okay, in a data warehouse, these are known as a surrogate keys. Okay, generally in a database, right, we see the IDs, employee ID, account ID, okay, customer ID. Okay, these type of IDs will be there, but in a data warehouse, we will have a keys as a primary keys. Okay, those are known as a surrogate key. We have a different use of surrogate key because in a data warehouse we load the history of the records. Like an employee, if you see, employee salaries will going to be changed for a year and a year. So if I want to see that what is the growth of employee in a salary wise, so you have to see the same employee ID data like last 5 years data. So we have to load same employee ID from last 5 years data. In that case, employee ID going to be duplicate multiple times. It's not a duplication, but we are seeing the employee ID multiple times. When you see that in the database, right? For the one employee ID, you will see only one record table. Okay, so there is a we have a different data in a different table. There is a separate table, still as a salary table. We will discuss later in detail regarding that splitting the tables into the multiple tables. That is called normalization. Okay, we'll discuss after that is data warehouse concepts. But as of now, just remember this is a surrogate keys. Okay, these are the surrogate keys. These keys are generated for each record, and these keys are unique. Okay, If I want to explain in detail, right, I will explain. Suppose we have an organization. If you imagine like this is a caption, okay, this organization like has a separate format to maintain an employee ID. Okay, so the employee ID will be like employee ID, like they maintain something like that 100 underscore FS, something like that, right? FS, okay, something like that. They will maintain the employee ID format. And this Capgemini later, after 1 year, they acquire a new organization. Okay, so whatever like its name, okay, so they acquire a new organization. So this organization employee, so unfortunately this organization is also following the same pattern like 134 underscore, sorry, 123 134 underscore FS. The sequence number is also same. Okay, some cases like the sequence number also going to be same. Okay, so just a minute. 1223 underscore FS. The same sequence number they are also good. But here, this employee, okay, this employee's name is Naren, and here this employee's name is something like Suresh or something. Okay, so if we are going to combine these two data into one database, we are going to combine this data into the, because this company is now acquired, right? That means these are only a single, it is belong to single company, right? So what I do, I will load this two data into the this database. Here, what is happening? I do have a two records for the employee ID. 1223 underscore FS has a Nareen, okay, and 1223 underscore FS as Suresh. Okay, so I have a two records and with the same employee ID, but the different for the different employees. Okay, now if you are going to call this employee ID by using the employee by using the employee ID, you will get two records, right? So if you call it as an employee ID 1223 underscore FS, so that Narain and Suresh two records are going to be complete and you will get confused, right? So which record is for Narain and which record is for Suresh, something like that, right? Instead of that, while loading the data, if I assign a sequence number to this record, I'm assigned to the one and assigned to the two here. Okay, for this record. If I'm going to call as a employee key is equal one, then I will get a Narayan record. Okay. If I go into call as I employee two, then I'm going to get a Suresh record. Okay. Like this, these keys are known as a surrogate keys in a database. Okay. And this keys is also known as a global identification of a individual record. Okay. Very రేపటి ఇంకో ఆర్గనైజేషన్ గోయింగ్ టు బి ఇంకో ఆర్గనైజేషన్ అక్వైర్ అయిన క్యాప్జెమినీలో వాళ్ళు కూడా సేమ్ ఎంప్లాయీ ఫార్వర్డ్ ఫాలో చేసిన the keys will be different. So based on the key, we can identify each record or each employee. Okay. So that the surrogate key, what is the surrogate key is something like that in a data warehouse is known as a global identification of a particular record in a data warehouse. Got it? What is surrogate key means? Global identification of a particular record in a data warehouse. Okay, this is known as a surrogate key. Okay, these keys will be available in the data warehouse only, not database. Okay, database లో ఉండవు. ఓన్లీ డేటా వేరౌస్ లోనే ఉంటాయి ఈ కీస్ ని. వీటినే సరోగేట్ కీ అంటారు. డేటాబేస్ లోకి వచ్చేసరికి అంటే ప్రైమరీ keys ఉంటే that we will get to know. Okay, day లో అన్ని ఇష్టం అవుతుంది. So just we will get to know what is primary key, foreign key. So all things we are going to look into the coming classes. Any questions here? Any questions you can ask me. Kumar, do you have any questions in terms of the data warehouse or anything, any others? have you clear, right? What is like, what is the process of ETL and what is the load thing or all those things? You can speak in Telugu also. I'm comfortable with Telugu, Hindi and English. Okay. మీరు ఎలా మాట్లాడాలనుకున్నా fine. If you want me to explain the Telugu also, I will do that. No problem. Kumar, you fine, right? Okay. If you are not able to speak, you can ping me. Okay, that is also fine. Okay. Yeah. Deepti, are you able, you fine? You are following, right? Yeah. Good. Okay, then. So this is what today's class. Okay. So we will discuss tomorrow in detail about the dimension tables. Okay. So what are the different type of dimensions and how it's going to be have a relation with the fact table and all those things. Okay. So if you have any questions, let me know tomorrow as well. I will explain you, no problem. Okay. So if there is no questions, we can wind up this call. Okay, then. Yeah, sure. Okay. Thanks. Yeah. Bye. Have a nice day, guys. Bye.